Welcome back to your own channel Balvik and Bharti with Avila Sarkar. We are progressing on profit and loss as we already discussing on profit and loss and their problem. In the last class we have decided if it's not a different problem I will close the episode means subject profit and loss, but I find some of the new problem. Their representation is totally different from the earlier problem, so I need to discuss that. So let me take it to you. The next problem, that is the problem number 16. So that problem number 16 says the cost price of 12 books is equal to the selling price of 10 books. So find the percentage profit. Okay, now it is very easy to understand. When the cost price of 12 books is equal to the selling price of 10 books, that means he is making profit. He is selling less book with a higher cost. The price he is buying the 12 books, but during selling he is selling the same cost that he has consumed for 12 books is selling, so definitely he is making profit. So this can be written straightaway without thinking much. So 12 of cost price is equal to 10 of selling price, because if I say each book cost price is CP and each book selling price is SP, so 12 books cost price is 12 into CP, that is equal to 10 of SP. So from there you need to calculate let's say SP by CP, so that is equal to 12 by 10. This will be useful in a way, because 1 plus profit is nothing but SP by CP, isn't it? So that profit is equal to SP by CP minus 1, that is equal to 6 by 5 minus 1, that is equal to 1 by 5. So now percentage profit is equal to, if I want to calculate percentage, so that is equal to 20%. So straightforward it is. Okay, so let me take you to the next problem, that is problem number 17. Problem number 17 says if the loss percentage of an article, if the loss percentage of an article is 15%, then find the ratio of CP is to SP, means cost price is to selling price you have to. Now as it is making loss, so definitely CP will be higher, SP will be lesser. So that is not much will give you any advantage to that information, but at the end whatever result will come, that can be cross check if this ratio is more than 1. So that is the only thing. So loss percentage is equal to what? Or else you can write 1 minus loss is equal to SP by CP in case of loss. In case of profit, 1 plus P is equal to SP by CP. This side will be always same, but this side thing will change. In case of loss, it will be 1 minus L. So definitely 15% loss means then loss equal to, I can write 1 minus SP by CP. This will be the case. Now it is 15% means 15 upon 100 you can write. This will be SP by CP. So SP by CP if I write, so that is equal to 1 minus 15 upon 100, that is equal to how much? That is equal to 85 by 100. Now we need CP by SP, so that is equal to 100 by 85. So that is equal to, if I do it to the 5, it will be 17, so 20 by 17. That means CP is to SP is equal to 20 is to 7. Now you see this is greater than 1. Okay, Okay, fine. So the next problem, number 18. Ram goes to the place P to Q. Ram goes from place. Ram goes from place P to Q to buy an article costing 20% less at Q. To buy an article 20% less at Q. This is the case. Although he spends 200 rupees on traveling, he spends 200 on travel, or on travel you can say. Okay, but still he gain 200. Still he gain 200 rupees. Okay, so this is again compared to the buying at P. Compare to buying at P. Okay, his profit percentage is percentage profit. So there are two places P and Q. If he gets it at P, he would not spend 200 rupees more that he has spent here. P and Q article 20% less price. So this cost price, if it is CP, then he is getting 1 minus 20% of CP here, but he is adding some 200 for traveling, that is not added, and still he gain 200 rupees compared to buying at P. So this and this, if I differentiate, I will get a difference. Now let's say this is the your amount paid P2, amount paid P1. So if he do this, or you can, let's say, if we do this P1 minus P2, so there is also a gain, means he is spending less price there. Ram goes to P to Q to buy an article 20% less at Q, so he is getting 20% less price, but he is spending 200. Even though the total cost he has incurred is 200 less than P1, then only he is getting gain of 200. So this is the case. Okay, so what is the P1 here? P1 is only the CP. So what you have to find? Percentage profit. Okay, fine. So this is P1, you can say. So minus this 1 minus 20%, that means 1 minus 0.2, that means 0.8 of CP. 0.8 of CP plus 200 is getting here is equal to 200. So that is what? 0.2 of CP, and that is equal to 400. This cost price will be at P is equal to 400 upon 0.2. So that means 2000. So the cost price for the article here, it is 2000, but he has got here is how much? 0.8 of 2000 means 1600 plus 200, so he is getting at 1800. So this is that means cost price you have got already. So percentage profit you need to calculate this one. Once you got the cost price, so then what is the profit? You can say the profit is 200 already said, overall profit. So his percentage profit will be 200 over what? The price of the article into 100 percentage. So that means 0, both 0 cancelled, this 1 0 cancelled, 2 10, and this 10% profit he is getting. Understood? Here no selling price is involved. there is a comparison between the two prices only. From there, this is the apparent profit. If how much he can save, that is also considered to be a profit, because if he can sell that article, or that article buying from P1 rather from right to P2, already has a cost advantage of 200, that also considered to be the profit for him. So that why, without selling it also, if he can save on the purchase cost price, that also considered to be a gain. So don't confuse the selling price. If he is not selling, he is can save money by alternate source also. Okay, so now this is problem number 19. Okay, a shopkeeper marks the price of an article. A shopkeeper marks the price of an article, marks the price of an article as is 20% above the cost price, and also offers 10% discount. Okay, find the profit percentage. Find percentage profit. Okay, so how do you able to solve it? The shopkeeper marks the price of an article 20% above. So let be the cross price is X. So mark price is equal to 20% above, means 1 plus 20% of X marked on the cost price. So that means 1.2 of X. This is the marked price. So he is giving discount 10%. So what is the profit? So discount percentage for marked price to cost price to selling price is, this is the marked price, 10% discount, then we need to calculate the profit. So discount is based on 1 minus the, so this is the relation. Let's say SP is equal to 1 minus D percentage G into market price. This is the relation. So market price, you know, so this is 1 minus D means 0.1, 1 minus 0.1 of 1.2x. So that is equal to 0.9 into 1.2 of x. So that means 8910, this much of x. This is the selling price. Now percentage profit is equal to what? 1 plus P is equal to SP by CP. Then profit is equal to SP by CP minus 1, and if it is the percentage into 100 by, so that is equal to SP by CP is equal to this divided by CP is equal to x. So from there also you can write this is X. So this is equal to nothing but 1.08 SP by CP, because from there it is implies SP, no? So this is CP, x means I have taken as CP. So SP by CP is equal to 1.08. Now I can put it here directly. This is 1.08 minus 1 into 100 percentage. So that is equal to 0.08 into 100. That means 8 percentage will be the answer. Okay, for his profit. Okay. Moving to next. Number 20. Let me check. This was for the article 20% the article. So with that amount he got P and so Okay, the shopkeeper sold the article A at a 20% loss, and the cost price of article and CP of the article is rupees 4,500. Okay, 4,500. What with the amount he purchased article B, okay, and sold it at a profit, and sold it at a profit 30%. What is the overall percentage? What is overall percentage profit or loss, percentage loss then of the whole transaction for whole? Okay, now the shopkeeper sold the article at a 20% loss, okay, and the cost price of the article is this one. Okay, so initial cost price of the article, let's say the cost price of A article is 4,500, made a loss. The initial loss is for the article is 20%. After selling it, whatever the cost selling price of A, he is consuming it to purchase B and sold it to the profit. So cost price of B is equal to selling price of A, that and the and the profit for B he is making 30%. So then what is the selling price of B? So this transaction can be said to be a transaction if we forget for a time being that there are two articles A and B. Instead that we can think of that the article initially sold at a loss, then that article again, because sold at a loss, that means some selling price you will get, and then after he is purchasing B. Instead that I can say that then after that same thing, if it being sold at the 30% profit, then the transaction will also said to be the similar kind. Instead of getting another means item and selling it at 30%, we can say it in our own sense that if the for first instance they has been sold in loss, then after the same thing being sold in profit, that will be consecutive. So in that case the ultimate selling price and the cost price is related as the first is loss and second is profit on which cost price. This is the simplest relation. Okay, now the cost price, the cost price of A, that is the cost price of that transaction, and the selling price of B, that will be the ultimate selling price of that transaction, isn't it? So if we treat this, and at the end we will make the statement like that after selling the overall, this is the you will find the overall profit or loss from here after involving two different articles. That is the only the language thing we have to make it correct, otherwise the mathematics is same. We are making two consecutive transaction, one is loss, one is profit on CP. So loss, so already said 20%, so 1 minus 0.2, 1 plus 0.3 is the profit, and CP is 4,500. Now this is equal to 0.8 into 1.3 into 4500. So 0.8 into 1 point into 8 is how much? 24, 10. So that means 1.04 on which into 4500. Okay, so this will go 1.04 into 45 into 4, that is equal to 180. So 180, that will be 0, 8, 45 and 0, that will be 8 will come, sorry, 45 into 4, that is equal to 180, 0 will come, 18 will and 45 0, 8 will come, 1 will be there, 45 and 1 46. So this will be the selling price. So ultimately, if we don't calculate even this much, we need to calculate the overall. So this is the SP upon CP. If I calculate, this will be the case where I will find this one. So what is overall profit or loss? Because it is crossing 1, so definitely it is making a profit starting from this, is because that profit or loss percentage depends on 1. If it is, if I consider that SP by CP, if it is, because seeing this ratio you can understand that this is a profit definitely, because once it is crossing, so I can straightway say this is profit, and I will use the relation SP by CP minus 1, not that 1 minus SP, because if I can establish whether it is profit or loss, then accordingly I will use the formula. So that profit percentage depends on SP by CP minus 1. So this is 1.04 minus 1, that is 0.04, and percentage wise that is equal to multiplied by 100 percentage, that means equal to 4% will be the answer. Okay, so this is the requirement. What is the overall profit or loss of the whole transaction? That definitely is making profit of 4% on overall transaction. Okay. Okay, fine. Now if it is 4%, you can also calculate in words also. The 4% of what? 4% of the CP. So that means 4% to 4500. If you calculate 0.04 into this one, so that is equal to around 4 into 180 rupees. Okay, so that also to be the answer. If choice is there, so either you can calculate in percentage, overall percentage of profit, because I have written here, but the options is given in rupees, so you can calculate in rupees also. Okay, so this is the end of number 20. Let me take another example for this session. Now this is number 21. 21 says a fruit seller sold fruit at 5% loss if he had sold it 20 rupees 20 more, would received 5% profit. Okay, find CP. So this is very easy, but little bit twisted. Now CP, if I assume X, okay. Now for first transaction he is making a 5% loss, so that SP1 for the first transaction it is equal to 1 minus loss into CP, that means equal to 1 minus 0.5 into X, that means equal to 0.595X. In second case, adding adding to it at 20 rupees more, you would have gain 1 plus P into Cp. So that is 1 plus 0.5 into x again. So 0.95x plus 20 is equal to 1 point, this will be 0.5. This case also it will be 0.5. So that is 9.5 will come. This is 0.5, 1.05 x. So if I bring it to this side, that will be 1.05 x minus 0.95 x is equal to 20. So how much it is? This is 0.1, exactly 0.1, no? Yes, 0.1 x is equal to 20. So x is equal to 20 upon 0.1. So that means is equal to 200. So their cost price is 200. Okay. So this is simply, I find the first selling price by this formula, 1 minus loss is equal to into Cp. 1 minus loss equal to 1 minus 0.05, that is equal to 0.95x. 0.95x, he said the condition is that if he had added 20 more, then the loss will turn into profit of 5%. So this is the as assumed selling price that would give you the profit of 5%, that is equal to 1 plus P into Cp. 1 plus P is equal to this much. So this will give you a equation of single order of x. So from there, if you solve it, the x can be easily find out. Okay, so this is the end of the session. We'll move on to more problem. As I can see, there are variety of problems available in different sources, but I will discuss till if it is exhausted 50 numbers of problem. So thank you for now. Good night.